The room was heavy with the stillness of dread as Amani sat with his arm outstretched, the black scorpion crawling across his skin. Its claws ticked softly against his flesh, each step deliberate, its stinger poised and glistening under the flickering torchlight. Sweat dripped down his temple, but his arm remained still, rigid with the effort of self-control. "Do not move, youngling," Memsi said, his voice calm as the morning wind. "The scorpion will not strike you unless it perceives you as a threat. You must understand that it, too, is not a threat to you. Like all creatures, it moves according to its nature. The scorpion strikes to defend itself and to survive. Tell me, my prince, are you its food?" Amani's voice wavered, his arms still, and sweat beaded down his head as the black scorpion crawled over his arm, but he managed to answer. "No, I am not MMC. Memsi inclined his head in approval. "No, you are not food for the scorpion. Therefore, youngling, if you are not food, then you must be a threat. So, are you a threat to the scorpion, young prince?" Every fiber of Amani's being screamed at him to yank his arm away, to flee from the creature that carried poison in its tail. Amani bit his lip as the entirety of his senses told him to withdraw his arm and to place as much distance between himself and the scorpion as possible. "No, teacher, I am not a threat." Mimsi's eyes narrowed. "Incorrect, young prince. You do not consider yourself a threat, but that is different, child, than being a threat. Your wish alone does not determine your standing in the eyes of the scorpion. Understand, boy, that there will be men, one day even kingdoms, who, like the scorpion, will see you as a threat, though in your mind and intent you do not deem yourself so. Your mere existence is a disturbance to the order of their world, and thus they, like the scorpion, will have the propensity to strike out in fear." Amani swallowed hard, the weight of Mimzi's words settling over him like a shroud. Mimzi continued, "So, if you are not its food, neither predator that it should fear, then act. Do not react. Control your actions and allow your fear to take its rightful place beneath your feet. You, child, must simply decide if you will be still until stillness is no longer the action to pursue. Do you understand this, young prince?" I think so," Amani whispered, though his voice betrayed his doubt. Mimsi nodded. "Good, now allow the scorpion to sting you." "What?" Amani's eyes widened in disbelief, his arm trembling despite himself. "You must experience that which you fear," Mimisi said, his voice unyielding, "so that you may know the limits of its ability to harm you. Fear, young one, is a state of mind. The product of your imagination is based on your perception of danger, but the scorpion's sting will not harm you." "But won't the poison be painful unto death?" said Amani. "No, not to death, not for you, but it will be painful. You must experience pain, so that you understand that pain should be respected but not feared. You must intimately learn the lessons from pain, make it your own, and how to use it to your advantage, or you will never be king." "I believe I respect it enough now, Memsi. In fact, I am certain that I hold the utmost respect," Amani said, desperation edging his tone. "No," said Memsi, "you do not. To respect the scorpion, and ultimately your foe, is to understand that despite its size, it can still inflict pain and discomfort. These things cannot be fearful for a king, for they are parts of life and cannot be avoided. Therefore, your fear of avoiding pain and discomfort must be purged. Experience your fear. Understand its nature until you realize that fear is nothing but the imagination of your mind." Memsi then struck the table where Amani's arm was extended, and the scorpion, startled, reacted on instinct. Its tail arched and struck, its stinger piercing Amani's arm. Amani cried out, the pain sharp and immediate, like fire spreading under his skin. His arm recoiled, and the scorpion fell to the ground, and Memsi calmly took a net captured it, and placed the creature in a cloth bag. Amani let out a yelp. His breathing sped up, and he could feel a tightness in his chest. "Teacher, I can't breathe." Memsi said nothing, his dark eyes fixated on the boy. The flap of the tent rustled, and King Haidar entered and saw his son writhing on the floor, gasping for air. He eyed his son and then looked at his spiritual advisor. "Will he die, Memsi?" Haidar asked, his tone steady as the mountains. "Yes, my king, but only to that which he fears." Haidar's face was impassive. "Good," said King Haidar. "Then continue his training so that his fear may be purged, and nothing but a man remains." Without another word, the king turned and left the tent. Memsi returned his attention to Amani, his expression calm yet resolute. The pain throbbed in Amani's arm, radiating up to his chest, each breath harder than the last. Darkness crept at the edges of his vision as he gasped, his body fighting to hold on. But before unconsciousness claimed him, he caught one last glimpse of Memsi, watching him, unshaken, a faint, approving smile on his face. And then the darkness took him.